But it's just no reason why you would even say that J. Cole's not even on the same level.
And I
What's the
mean,
context though?
That he's not on the same level.
it can't be
But
context.
like, are we talking about like the same level? Like he's better than them, or he's like worse?
Bro, look, check.
Level means the same floor.
It can't be stardom. It can't be hits. Can't be lyricism. Can't be influence. Like what?
What else can we talk about?
I don't know. Like I don't know.
His
bro.
height?
He's saying that he's on a different tier, a lower tier,
Yes.
which he's correct.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Charlemagne.
Charlotte McKay.
Yeah. You want to give people Donkey of the Day? I'm gonna give you Jackass of the Year. You don't sit here and say just certain things you just don't say, and it's just blasphemous. And one thing you should never say, and you should go back in time and just denounce yourself, is this man Charlemagne said that J. Cole is not on the same level as Kendrick Lamar and Drake.
Like you would have to put Drake and Kendrick in like the greatest of all time combo, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So when you play in that era, when you came out in that class with goats of that caliber, and even Cole, you know what I mean? Cole got rings, but I mean, I don't put
Cole one
on
of the
level-
greatest. He's one of the greatest.
He is. I don't put him on the level of Drake and Kendrick. I don't even put Drake on the level of Kendrick. But
Wait. You don't put Cole on it. Wait. Hold on. You don't put Cole on the level of Drake and Kendrick? Why not?
Not skill wise.
Not skill wise?
Like his music.
Not
You
skill-wise.
had to listen. Skill wise.
Cole's dope.
Nah, Cole can rap.
Cole is amazing. I just think like, listen, and I'm not saying anything. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's a Hall of Fame all-star. All I'm simply saying is it's a difference between what a Kendrick does and what everybody else does to me. But guess what? Some people may say that about Drake. Some people might put Drake the way I hold Kendrick and say everybody else is after him. But my point with saying that is those two guys are such goats that they make everybody else look almost normal. You know what I mean?
I don't know one person, even if you don't listen to J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar or Drake, all three of them at the same time, you know their influence in the game over the last decade. You know what they've done for hip hop. You've heard songs from them. Like it's blasphemous. I don't see how you can sit here. They're at the same table. Like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole is my two top artists right now. Like for the last 10 years, and this is coming from a guy who didn't like either of them when I was in high school. I had to like learn later that they were really good. I didn't start listening to Kendrick Lamar until like 2015, 2016. And then I listened to J. Cole like 2014, 2013. Jeff was listening to him before me. And I didn't even like him back then because everybody was giving him hype. But it's just no reason why you would even say that J. Cole's not even on the same level.
What's the context though?
That he's not on the same level.
It can't be context.
Like, are we talking about like the same level? Like he's better than them, or he's like worse?
Bro, look, check.
Level means the same floor.
It can't be stardom. It can't be hits. Can't be lyricism. Can't be influence. Like what?
What else can we talk about?
I don't know. Like I don't know.
His
man.
height?
He's saying that he's on a different tier, a lower tier.
Yes.
Which he's correct.
What?
Hey, to be real, I'm listening to Drake and Kendrick before I listen to J. Cole.
It's
It
not
doesn't
even. It's
matter
not
what
even
your
personal
preference is.
Yeah, it's not even personal preference. It's
You
numbers.
can't.
It's all that.
Oh my lord.
Those those three, yes, they are top tier. But if you want to make tiers in that top tier, Drake is at the highest of those tiers, and then Kendrick. And Charlamagne had a point.
And then J. Cole.
Yeah, then J. Cole is a little bit lower. His tier is a little bit
No,
lower.
but they're all considered tier one. No matter what, J. Cole can not put out an album for 2 years, come out and then do numbers. So
Yeah.
they're considered top tier one.
Yeah, but like Dylan just said, if you want to make tiers within the tier, you're gonna have Drake, Kendrick Lamar,
Yeah,
and
but
J.
they
and
Cole.
then J. Cole.
Yes, but Kendrick and J. Cole can be put on the same level.
Thank you.
No, they can't.
Yes,
Oh goodness.
they
Come
really
on now.
can. And then Drake is, I mean, when you're listing people, that's about your preference because I don't put Drake as my number one. I put Kendrick and J. Cole as my number one, number two. I
Cause you're
put
old,
Drake
Albert.
there because of influence. I don't like Drake's music like that. J. Cole come on, this man
You're
had
acting
an
like
album.
Charlamagne. You get into your personal preference. We're talking.
J.
I want
Cole had an
stats.
album with no
That's what I
features.
want. I want facts.
Album with no features.
Okay, that was a huge accomplishment. Not too many people do it.
It's my favorite.
Not a
album.
lot of people do it.
Bryson Tiller did it. And look where he's at right now.
Oh.
You gonna really compare them two?
Hey, I got to do something. 'Cause
Don't.
I couldn't think of
No
anybody else.
features.
Exactly, because there's not that many people that can sell an album with no features and do good.
All right, I'm going to Kyron. Kyron, why are you saying that they are on the same level? You can't have artists on the same level. You can have them at tiers, but then you have sub tiers, and it's always a competition. Those guys will never say we're equal. No one's equal. So someone has to be a little bit higher, and there's no way that they're equal or that J. Cole eclipse Kendrick's tier, and damn sure ain't the sixth god.
Look, man. Y'all can argue. We all know Drake is up there. But why? What is y'all opinions? You and Jeff, why is Kendrick better than J. Cole?
Okay, who can go a long time, stay under a rock in a cave, and then drop something called Untitled, and then everyone goes bananas.
J. Cole. He dropped
Cole's
Middle
who?
Child out of nowhere. He
But
dropped
who
Lion
has
King
more
on
hype?
ice.
Who gets more album sales? Who tours
But
better?
that
who
doesn't
who
really
gets more
matter.
awards?
Forest Hill Drive, For Your Eyes Only, and KOD all went platinum with no features.
Kendrick's commercial, but he's not really commercial. Not like Drake. And this man still has the most acclaimed projects. What's that for?
I just named 3 great albums that went platinum with no features back to back.
Who had J. Cole only had one album that didn't have features. What other one?
No, For Your Forest Hill Drive, For Your Eyes Only,
Don't you?
and KOD.
You sure
KOD
about that,
had
Albert?
features.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it did not.
This man
I have KOD on my phone.
Intern.
better look up the
I do too.
discography.
What? Look, track 4, The Cutoff, featuring Kill Edward.
You know who Kill Edward is?
Yeah. Yeah. I just try to play that off.
Yeah, but
Look, yeah.
but you act like KOD is Forest Hills though.
But
I mean,
it even said it when
it was a great project, but
when KOD dropped, it broke Apple Music's 24-hour streaming record.
yeah, because all the kids thought drugs are coming with it.
What?
And For Your Eyes Only, don't even get me. Oh my, don't even.
I
get
didn't
me
like
started
that
on
album.
one.
For Your Eyes, it's a personal album.
Yeah, personal for you guys that like it, because it damn sure wasn't personalized for me.
Man, y'all crazy.
The only good song on there.
You don't
was,
even want to. You don't even want to put a side by side of J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar's albums. You just don't want to do that.
Why? It's
Because
like you can put them all side by side.
You will want to
think
end
I'm
this
telling
meeting.
them.
You will want to get out of it.
No, you could put actually all three of them side by side. Because if we want to be honest,
So what do you put? What do you put
Kendrick,
next
the
to
only-
for My Eyes Only? You putting To Pimp a Butterfly? Don't do that. Don't do that one.
no, you put
You have
for
to.
what for Kendrick, you can put Intern.
Good Kid, Mad City. Don't do that. Damn.
You can.
Damn. Don't do
No,
that.
damn goes up against KLD.
Oh my God, boy,
It does.
that already ends it right there. Ding, ding, ding.
No, we're
TKO.
not going. Hold on. We're not going to
You
take
just got
Drake
Ryan
out of this.
Garcia.
We're not going to take Drake out of this. If you
Drake's
want to put
six
his
guy, bro.
albums,
Oh,
if
please
you want
do.
to put his,
Please do. Please do. Bring it. Please put
you wanna
Drake's
put-
projects on there.
his album with both of theirs, no,
Please do.
no.
Boy, I'll put More Life for My Eyes Only, and that's a dub.
More tunes for your head top.
No.
Batman. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Let's see. You could put
Oh no.
yes, you could put Good Kid, Mad City with what's the name For Your Eyes Only, and then put Pimper Butterfly with
Schmack.
Forest Hill Drive.
Schmack.
Kendrick Lamar is the only person out of all three of those that won a Pulitzer Award just for his words. So
Yeah.
honestly, Kendrick Lamar should be rated higher than Drake because he's breaking,
Drake.
he's breaking boundaries in a different field.
Yeah,
talking
but
about
Drake-
making it.
They both have broken down doors and barriers. Drake has gone.
really?
If you were under a rock, you would have thought that man was straight out of the Bahamas or something with teens and stuff that he says.
But
The
I'm
man
not
Hotline
denying.
Bling, the Hotline Bling put a whole genre on the map.
You used to call me on your
I'm not
cell
denying
phone.
Drake's talent, but
You are.
Kendrick Lamar won 2018 Pulitzer Award for music. He's the first non-jazz or classical artist to win the award.
And
So
what
in
is this award?
all,
It sounds like Pulitzer sounds like some type of hand sanitizer. What is this? Enlighten me.
is one of the one of the 7 prizes awarded annually in letters, drama, and music. It was first given in 1943. So since 1943, when black people weren't even considered, he's the first one to be, from all the rap we had from 1943 to 2018 when he won, he's the first non-classical artist to win.
Of course he's gonna win because he talks about all the stuff that goes on in the world. Of course he's gonna
And
win.
J.
that
Cole
award.
does
They
the
don't gi-
exact
They don't give
same
it to
thing.
Drake. They don't give it to Drake for mob ties. No.
But J. Cole does the
What is man
exact same
talking
thing.
about? Someone help him. He needs help.
Not in the same way though.
Kyron,
What do you mean?
tag him in. He's down. He's down on the mat. In
What
the
do you
ring.
mean not in the same way?
I'm going for
Like
the 3.
The way that
three.
Kendrick produces his music, it's
They talk about the same exact thing, just different styles because they come from 2 different environments.
exactly.
What do you mean exactly?
His style's a lot better.
Okay, but there's personal preference, but they're still talking about the same content.
Numbers don't lie.
Who's talking about it? Kendrick and J. Cole?
Yes, they talk about the same content.
Stop the cap. You know Kendrick Lamar is more successful than J. Cole.
We're not talking about success. We're talking about if
That's
they're on the
exactly
same
what we're
level.
talking
Yes.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
So wouldn't
That's-
Kendrick Lamar wouldn't him being on a higher tier be because he's more successful?
I think they all would be in tier 1.
Yes, they are in tier
So
1.
you're
but
telling
when we-
me is Drake
all
and
in tier
Kendrick?
1.
Is Drake and Kendrick, and then in the tier 2 is J. Cole by himself, and
No,
then
no, I
tier
did
3.
not
No,
say
he's
that. I
in
did not say
he's
that.
in tier
Drake is
1.
in-
They're all in tier 1.
That's what I'm saying. That's all
No.
I'm saying.
No, Drake is 1A. Kendrick Lamar is 1B and J. Cole is 1C.
See, Jeff, look what
And then Lil B is 1D.
Oh no.
Yep, you agree with him. Stay on the side.
but they're all the top tier. They're all in tier 1.
Yes, but
It doesn't matter how you
But
rank them
Charlamagne-
because it's
yeah.
personal preference.
no, it's not. The numbers can back it up. We're not talking about what we listen to on a daily basis.
You can't talk about numbers because look at Beyonce's Lemonade. She sold 653,000 the first week. Not everybody considered that her best album.
Influences should be a part of that criteria.
She
Nah,
don't even go
no.
by Beyonce anymore. She's B. Queen B. Beyonce's way anything she can put out really is good.
Yeah, we're not even putting her. She's in a different universe.
Yeah.
Like, that gets lazy when people bring her in. But we're on these three. Drake is on a different level. He is a reggaeton, a dance hall.
God. He's
a
looking down
hip-hop-
on everybody else.
You could say top 5, and this man is not even strictly rap.
I
Pop
wouldn't put him in my top 5.
in yours, but he could be.
Not in top 5 of all time rappers. No.
Yeah, he
in
could.
top
He
top
could,
5,
just like J. Cole or
influencers
Kendrick could
as-
too, but Drake could. And
No.
this man doesn't just have rap albums. It's
No.
Drake
But
featuring Drake.
here's the thing: Drake is known for his features. He's known for featuring on other people's stuff. Even J. Cole said it to himself. People ain't good enough to be on his stuff. That's why he don't have features. This man got 3 albums, 3 classic albums.
He needs to
that
kill
no
Edwards.
features.
That's what he needs to do.
Oh gosh. 3 classic albums with no features.
Drake is featured on other people's songs because he gets the bag. They give him,
Of course.
they put their second mortgage down on their house. They give him all their life savings just so they can get the Drake stimulus package.
Yeah, but that only helps Drake. At one point, that they don't do
Duh.
that a lot anymore. But they do.
Who does
like-
anything just out of the kindness of their heart?
No, but what Drake being featured on other songs helped him more than it helped the artist because majority of the time Drake's song or his verse was at the beginning of the song. And when you're playing music on the radio, you're often cut for time. So when you play only Drake's record, Drake is going to get the streaming, and people are going to they're going to play Drake's verse, and they be like, "Oh yeah, we're cut for time. We got to do all this." It only really helped him, but that's not what we're talking about
If
here.
your verse
We're
is good
saying that
enough, the radio will play your verse too. But when
No.
you hear Block Boy JB talking about Febreze, you gonna go to the next song. He's not Drake.
that-
Just like
they're
Kendrick
all
Lamar
they're
is
all
not
on the
Drake.
same tier.
J. Cole
they're
is
all
not
on the same
Drake.
tier.
They are, but there are sub tiers in that tier.
I
No.
don't think you're listening.
There's no sub tier in the tier. They're just a ranking.
For that
You
argument,
can't have a tier
there's
within
two
a
parts of
tier.
the argument. Yes, they're on the same tier, and then yes, they're okay. So you're telling me LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant are all on the same tier. They're all out of all the stuff that they accomplish, they're just equal.
I would say LeBron and Michael is on the same tier.
Oh, now we
And
really-
Kobe's not?
No, because you can
All
make
right,
the
Albert, stop the cap. Stop
no,
the cap.
because you can make
Move
the
on to the
argument.
next one.
You can make the argument that Kobe is not on the same, no matter what, because at this point, that goes back to the same thing. Like you're not denying that Kobe's not a great player, but you got to remember what Kobe did for the game. Kobe changed the game, but at the same time, we can't forget about the Kobe not passing the ball, the inefficiency. Like LeBron made this stuff
Michael
cold,
did?
huh?
And Michael did.
He was more efficient than Kobe. Kobe was jacking up. He was eight for
Michael's
70.
efficient.
Kobe was 8 for 70 for a lot of times.
Was he efficient in the finals?
Yes, he was.
Okay, so there.
But
They're the same
championships
tier.
isn't. But championships doesn't really. When I think about great players, I don't think about championships because if championships was such a great goal, everybody can't win championships. So if you're taking championships out of the equation, like if championships are so prized, right? Why is it a qualification for you to be a great player? Because everybody isn't designed for everybody to win a championship. That's the purpose of playoffs. That's the purpose of playing 82 games. It's a prize thing at the end of the season. You have to play. You have to not everybody's going to win. So at the end of the day, It's not like tennis. You're not playing by yourself. It's a team sport. So if you want to say everybody on the Lakers are great players because they got all these championships, it doesn't matter. You can't say their
No,
championships
that's not the
matter
same
and then
thing.
say the other people championships don't matter.
Man, Albert reaching.
Because Adam Morrison has 2 rings does not mean that I'm putting him as one of the greats. That's different. We're saying,
why are you bringing
who
out
was the
championships
face?
then?
Who was the leader of that team? Who put that team on their back? Who put that franchise on their back? Kobe did. That's why the city of LA loved him, because even though he
They
wanted
love
to be
those
traded at one
championships.
point. Yeah, and who delivered them? Kobe.
Yeah, but if he take this out of the equation. If he didn't win championships, would they love him as much? No,
because they
exactly.
LA's used to winning championships.
Because we got
But
to
he
take
delivered
the
them. That's why they love him.
We got to take the championships out of it if you want to talk
You
about.
can't
But you
take
can because he got
It's
him.
it's a part of the game. Like you can't take.
It's not part of the game. It's
It
not
is a part of the game.
Okay, so all the players that won in the
It's
'80s,
the world championship.
well, they didn't win in the '80s and '90s. Are they not great players because they didn't win championships? Because it was just Magic, Bird,
That doesn't, bro.
the Pistons,
not,
and then
not winning the championship does not
Mike.
disqualify you from being a great player.
Then why bring it up? If it doesn't disqualify you, don't bring it up later because it doesn't. It's not a qualification.
Okay,
It's not playing.
disqualify
Give me
you,
a
but it
person who
helps
has. Give me a person who has the 1 rings that's up there with those guys.
I'll wait.
If you have a ring,
That's
it's
up there
gonna
with
put you
what?
above.
Well, that's up
those
there.
guys.
That's up there with the how dominant they were, the accolades, except for the rings. Tell me a
AI.
guy who's up there as far as influence and everything.
AI has a lot of influence.
Oh, come on, man.
But he's not gonna
We
be
can't.
able
We
to
can't
do
sit
that.
here and say
So
AI
does
didn't
Derrick
transform the next. We can't sit here and
He
say
did.
AI didn't transfer the next generation of point guards without
He did.
championships. Okay,
He did.
but I'm not saying he's a tier one.
But
Like,
are you going to compare him to Kobe? No.
I never said that. I'm just saying
That's what
Michael.
it sounds like,
did.
Albert.
No,
That's what it
no,
sounds
no,
like.
no. Michael and LeBron are like
And Kobe.
those are the two.
And Kobe.
But then you got Kobe
You can't
in his
leave Kobe
own
out.
lane.
You can't. Nah, he's in there.
No,
You can't do that,
For
Albert.
me, no, because Kobe is.
Bro,
in
it's not
his
even
own
called a
lane.
fadeaway anymore, bro. It's called the Kobe fadeaway. What, bro? What does everyone do, or at least used to do, when they grab a ball paper?
But
Crumple it up.
we're not talking about if Kobe was a great player. We
Kobe.
know Kobe was a great player, but at the same time, people weren't watching. People watching Kobe for those clutch shots, right? Kobe was a clutch player, but people like
Mamba
LeBron,
mentality.
people like LeBron, and the people that were coming up, the Dwayne Wades, they say, okay, I like Kobe game, but I'm gonna be efficient with it.
So you- are you
They
trying to
took
tell me
his
that-
game and made it more efficient.
So you trying to tell me D Wade made Kobe's style about playing better?
No, he made the shooting guard position better.
Who did?
Dwayne Wade. After Kobe, he did.
All right, I'm out.
How's that false?
Hey, what's that gift for that guy? He's like this. That he just disappears.
Oh yeah.
So you're saying Dwayne Wade didn't make the shooting guard position better after Kobe?
No,
No.
What? So he hurt it.
no, he didn't hurt it. Nor
What
did he.
are
make
we
it
talking
better.
about?
He was just
one of the-
another good point guard.
Yeah, he's just another
I mean,
great.
a shooting guard.
He made the defensive side better because he's one of the best shooting
But if-
guards as far as when it comes to defense.
D-Wade, if D-Wade wasn't hurt, he would have been a lot better than what he was.
Okay,
He
you
had
say
a lot
that-
of
You
injuries.
say that for anybody. You say it for Tracy.
Yeah,
Right.
but okay, look.
Stop reaching.
Michael,
You're just reaching.
Kobe literally took everything Michael did and just applied it to his game. LeBron took what Michael did and what Kobe did and made it efficient.
First of
Who?
all,
That's what, huh?
Who?
LeBron.
LeBron ain't follow no Kobe. The man
He
said
took some-
no
Magic
Kobe,
some-
no
and
Michael
a little
Jordan.
bit of Jordan.
Okay, but don't act like he didn't learn from Kobe.
I'm sure he did. They played on Team
That's
USA.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, you don't even have to say he learned from Kobe. He
Did
took
Kobe do
Magic
this?
and
I ain't never seen Kobe look
can't
at the
stop
ball.
it though. Can't stop it though.
Oh, I've seen it
Oh
be
my
stopped.
God.
As JJ Barea,
But
as Jason
LeBron
Terry.
took what Magic and Michael did and made it efficient, and that's why a lot of players in the game
What
is
did he take
they
from
cover.
Michael?
We cover efficiency these days.
What did he take from Michael?
What do you mean? What do you take
And
from
what do
Michael?
we learn
What?
from analytics? That sometimes you shouldn't use it.
Sometimes, not most of the time, though.
Hey,
You should
man.
answer the question. What did he take from Michael
Jump
and make
man,
him more? What?
jump man.
Jump man? What?
Yeah.
Michael was the original jump man. LeBron is the bigger jump man.
You saying LeBron
No,
is a
Alec.
better in-game dunker than MJ?
Yes, don't act like this even a thing.
Whoa, what?
What? Are y'all serious? Y'all
Are you
think,
serious?
Are you
Bro, this
y'all
man-
think you think
Bro,
Michael
taking that
is
shit
a
little
better
bit too
dunker?
seriously.
You think Michael is a better dunker than LeBron?
Yes.
forget-
In-game dunker, yes.
Did we forget
What?
Jason Terry's body?
Okay.
Bro,
That
what?
man dunked. That
You
man
wanna
jumped.
ask- you
He
wanna
jumped
ask
over
Patrick
somebody's
Ewing?
head.
You want to ask Patrick Ewing what it's like
Real-
to get dunked on by Jordan?
Patrick-
Patrick Ewing was 45 years old. Come
You
on
gonna
now.
ask Matumbo?
Wait, was it?
He was.
Bro, Jordan has
His
so
knees
many-
were 45, but still, they didn't call him and Charles Oakley the
No.
skyscrapers.
Are y'all
the,
really think-
Twin Towers for no reason?
So, this is blasphemous. Y'all really
What?
think
You're-
Michael
Somebody
is
needs to
a
blast
better
you off this
dunker?
podcast. You need
Y'all
a
really think-
DNP.
Y'all think Michael's a better dunker than LeBron?
Bro,
Yes.
what?
In-game dunker, yes.
No,
there-
no,
What?
no. It's a reason why. It's a difference. Look at the highlights between Michael and and LeBron. When LeBron goes into the lane, guess what? The Red Sea parts.
And
Why?
Michael goes over
Because
you, bro.
Why? Because LeBron's gonna dunk on you, no matter what. If you there or not, that tells you he's a better dunker.
No, it
the
doesn't.
first half of the
Yes, it does.
First half of his
No, it
career.
don't.
And
What do you
when
mean first half? He's
and when-
still dunking
and when
on
MJ
people.
was driving to the lane, the Red Sea,
They was
Red
pushing
Sea
him.
parted.
Feel it.
And he
The
was
Red
still
Sea
finishing.
parted. and
He
then
went
MJ
over them. He kept
MJ
going
said,
up.
"Reset. I'm resetting offense because I want to dunk on someone's head." He was like, "Bring the Red Sea back together." Then he dunked from half court on all 5 players and the bench. He's like, "The bench, come out here."
LeBron did it with his hand behind his head. He was like,
Bro, Jordan has so much hang time. Bro. He doesn't even have to dunk the ball. He can fake the dunk and then do a
What?
layup.
Yeah,
LeBron is a better athlete than MJ
I've never
ever
seen
was.
somebody palm the ball like MJ did. This man could literally.
What?
Who?
LeBron palms every time he blocks people's shots. He palms it.
Jordan-
That man takes
The
the
They
back
call
takes
Michael
the
Jordan
air.
Jordan for a reason. This
He
man
takes the
flies.
air out the ball.
MJ
Get
MJ
out here.
used to grab the ball. Just like
I
they
don't
do
hear that.
nowadays, like Hassan Whiteside, MJ was doing that as a 2 guard.
And whose ball fake is on 2K?
LeBron is a better. He has better athleticism than MJ. That's not even a question.
Bro, LeBron cannot.
Which
fly.
makes him a better dunker. There's a lot more dunking highlights for LeBron than there is MJ.
Bro, what?
Are y'all smoking? Yeah, whatever
Bro,
y'all
Jordan-
smoking on.
Jordan had more weapons in his arsenal than LeBron does.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about dunking.
How many
But-
of LeBron
exactly.
James?
You
dunks
saying
are
he
like
has?
this?
You say
Like half of them.
you saying
You say
he had
what?
more?
LeBron James dunks. Half of them are like this behind his hands.
Because
Exactly.
he's been doing this since he was 13 years old.
And it's on the fast break when he's by himself.
He been. Oh, so LeBron don't dunk on people? Don't start now.
Yeah, he does. But MJ, his dunks on people were more impressive, and his
No, it
his
was
breakaway, his fast break dunks
No.
were dunk contest dunks. That's why LeBron never
Cradle
participated in the
dunk.
dunk contest because he didn't
No.
want to be overshadowed by Jordan.
No, I don't. The dunk contest is a whole different thing. Dwight Howard won the dunk contest when not even dunking. That man threw the ball in. So that don't even matter to
But
me.
that's impressive. Hey man, put the Superman cape on and jump and
Yeah,
come on,
he
bro.
he couldn't do that again to save his life.
LeBron took 2 steps and he was already at the wrestling the goal.
MJ did that.
No.
MJ dunked from 3/4 of the court.
People are
He
doing.
had people hanging
Giannis
on
is
to
doing
him.
that.
Air
Giannis
Jordan.
is doing that.
He had people hanging on to him while he was.
LeBron ain't doing
Giannis,
Giannis, Giannis is 6'11" with a wingspan that's like 8 feet long.
So-
Like,
That
Y'all
don't
know what
mean
I'm
just because
saying?
you a height.
Did
Magic
LeBron
was.
never do that? When you
Magic
jump-
was 6'8", 6'10". He wasn't athletic.
The man
Hey,
jumped
man.
from 3/4 of the court, and while
This man
people
out
hanging
there.
on to him, did
Y'all are
LeBron? Can LeBron do
crazy.
that?
How many
Yes.
dunk contest championships does LeBron
It doesn't
have?
matter.
about
Are
It
we?
does matter.
This
That
man
don't
here.
don't go with dunk contest because the dunk contest is garbage.
LeBron
Not
have
back
been
then.
here now.
Not during MJ's era. It was the golden
Yes,
age.
but we're
dunk
talking about
contest.
now. He's comparing dunk
Him
contest.
and
It doesn't
Dominique
matter.
Wilkins.
Bro, LeBron James had multiple chances to join the dunk contest if he
And he
really
was
wanted.
But the dunk contest does
Man.
not matter.
How?
Bro, the dunk
The
contest
dunk
now it
contest.
is.
barely.
When's the last time the dunk contest was actually really good?
When MJ was winning.
Exactly. So it doesn't matter.
But we're talking
It
about
lost its
him.
relevancy.
Also,
After- because
the
no
early
one can-
2000s.
No, because he set the bar so high, LeBron could never surpass it.
So Vince Carter, when he won the dunk contest, he wasn't doing nothing. No, all right then,
Bro,
the dunk
it
contest-
lost its relevancy, just like the All-Star game. The All-Star
Like,
game
it's
was something
relevant
at
when
one
we're
point.
talking about it now because MJ was in it, and we're talking about MJ and LeBron, bro. What do you?
Yeah, but in game, Dylan said it many times. In game dunker, he's
still,
not a
it's
better
MJ.
in
And
game
that's what's
dunker.
still relevant. And guess what? MJ still has better in-game
No.
dunks than LeBron.
Jason Terry body is still laying on the ground in
Keep talking about
Boston,
Jason Terry like Jason Terry was 7 feet tall.
but he
you
dunked
could
over
dunk
this
on Jason
man's
Terry if
body.
he's not looking. Jason
MJ
Terry,
dunked up on Mutombo.
your shoes untied over there. Oh, really? You could have dunked on him.
Yeah, it was
No.
like alley-oop, man.
We done seen. Okay, look how many
Yeah,
times
and
we
it
done
was a
seen.
lob. It was a lob.
Look how many times we done seen Jeff try to dunk. This man can't dunk. He been trying to dunk since like
He didn't have to Jeff
1999.
Nance.
This man Jeff been trying to dunk since 1999. It's not easy.
First
So
of
when
all,
a 6'8", 6'9", 250-pound man come down, it's gone. People, this man just.
I'm still trying to figure out what I have to do with the situation. Like,
He's trying to distract the public, the posters, from the fact that
Ridiculous.
for the last, I don't know how long, but it's been too long, he's been talking straight nonsense.
Nonsense.
No, okay. So you don't believe J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick are on the same tier?
They are. We already said
All
that.
right then.
how many
But
times
the
are we
other
gonna
part
say
of that argument is that there
There's
are
no
sub
other part.
tiers.
There's levels to the
There is.
to the ish.
No, there's a tier for hip hop, and within that, those are sub tiers.
And that's what we were saying.
No, what? So there's a tier. There's a pyramid tier for hip hop. The top tier for active people are Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick. Tier 2, I don't know, because they're all garbage. So you could put the baby in there. So there's no sub tiers within the sub tiers.
Okay, okay. To that, what's his name that was on that clip that I saw when Charlamagne was talking about was at the end of the Drake era, which I agree with you, Charlamagne. You do get Jackass of the Year.
You say, are you looking forward to Drake's new project?
No.
I forgot about you. Wait,
Why not? Well,
For all the same reasons that for all the same reasons we love Kendrick. Kendrick makes us wait. Kendrick gives us something to look forward to. Kendrick, takes his time.
so if he wouldn't have dropped Dark Lanes, you would be interested in this Loverboy tape?
I just don't know what Drake has given us so much music that I don't know if he has another gear. You know what I'm saying? Like we know Kendrick has another gear. He shows us that with every project. Drake has given us so much. I don't know if he has another gear, so therefore I'm not looking forward to anything. Let me ask y'all a question. Are we still in the Drake era? Or is radio such a prehistoric form of medium? Is radio such a prehistoric form of media that it hasn't changed the temperature to what's actually going on out here in these streets?
we in the little baby era.
Definitely a little
In
baby
a little
area,
baby
but I
era.
do think that
Okay.
We in the
people
little
that
baby era.
really, really still love Drake the same way they still really, really love the Migos.
It still feels like we're in a Drake era. I don't think we're in a Drake era. I don't think we've been in a Drake era for the past 2-3 years.
And that's why I was gonna ask like y'all.
Yeah.
Because how dare you say that the Drake era is over? This man, they even said it on the Breakfast Club today. Charlamagne wasn't on there because he's ducking the smoke, but they said He is number one in streams, like 5.6 billion streams for
Numbers
2020.
lie.
How is it the end of the Drake era? It's just
The Drake era is
stupid.
over.
But
Ow.
okay, now let's talk about newer rappers. You like Lil
It
Baby,
is over.
you like Roddy Ricch, and you like the Baby's last project. Whoever the guy was, I can't remember his name right now. I'm going blank. But he said it's Lil Baby's. God damn, hold on, my Siri. No, I don't want to listen to Lil Baby.
That man said little baby. Siri says yes.
So he said you have Lil B. God damn it, Lil
He's
Baby.
gone.
Can't even take this man serious.
Lil Baby, it's his era now. You have Lil B. God damn it, Lil Baby. Yeah, Lil Baby, Lil Baby, and Roddy Ricch. It's their era. So you're telling me that there's not sub tiers for them? You're telling me that they're all the same?
They can share error.
Okay,
Because
no,
if
I'm saying they're yes, it's their era. I'm not saying that they can't share it, but who's at the top of that tier?
There's not a. It's just that's just a ranking at that point. It's not a tier within a tier.
Okay, what's your ranking?
I don't even consider that. I don't consider them the wave like this far because the Baby. I seen a post on Instagram. Karen, did you see it? What I sent you? That man makes Scooby Doo music. Like after a while, the Baby's not gonna be. He's not gonna be like part of this wave in 5 years, like Drake has been for the last 10 years.
People were saying that about Migos too, and probably J. Cole. You were probably saying that at one point.
Yeah, but Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick
Paul?
have dominated the last 10 years, respectively, within their own lane, and they're all
Drake's still
they've been tier one. But no, the Drake era is over.
How if he's still going?
It's not about. It's not
How
about
he just
how.
had the most streams.
It's not
And
about.
all he did was
about-
drop was leak demo.
It's not about streams and all that. It's about when the Drake era was at its peak. People were going to Drake for those features. People not going to Drake for those features no more. Those are.
How do you know who's going to who? All you see is Drake is on the features.
What do you mean? How do you know?
The
who's
man was
going to who?
heavily featured this past year. What are you talking about?
Not as much as everybody else was. All you hear
It's a
was
pandemic. He probably didn't want
hot
to.
girl,
He doesn't have to.
hot girl.
He's saying maybe he's like
That's all you heard this year.
Jay-Z. Does Jay-Z still do as many features as he used to? No, it's very rare.
Different. That's different.
How's it different?
Because once Jay-Z era was over, it was over. But he still was Jay-Z. Nobody could take that away from him. That's just like Drake. Drake is Drake. You can't take that away from him. But his era is over. Nobody
Just
is
'cause
going
he's
to
not doing features. He
That's
doesn't
the
want to do
purpose.
features.
No, that is the purpose of being hot. Staying relevant, you do features. That's
He
how you
doesn't-
keep
what?
yourself hot. Huh?
That's what he did. He was on.
That's what I'm saying, but people are not going to him. They don't need Drake features no more. That's what I'm saying. You might want Drake features, but you don't need it to be hot anymore. Roddy Ricch didn't need it. The Baby didn't need it. These are people. Lil Baby didn't need it.
Oh yes, he did.
Now he had features with Drake, but he didn't need it. I didn't like.
Don't go there.
Yes, indeed
Lil
was
Baby
good.
was
but I
already
didn't.
popping, but he wasn't mainstream until that Lamborghini Pikachu, whatever he was saying, when that song came out with Drake. That was his biggest hit at the
I
time.
don't even know what you're
It
talking
took,
about.
it took him to the next
Yes,
song.
indeed.
Yeah, I already like that song.
It doesn't matter if you like it or not. We're not. You keep going
Yes,
to your
but
personal
okay.
preference.
I just named two artists that got hot that didn't need Drake's help.
They were hyping up this song that's been involved for a long time. Drake and Roddy Ricch.
Okay, but that
They've been
doesn't take
in
away
the
what I
studio
said.
cooking.
The Baby just got hot last year.
And so did
I don't see your argument. Just because you don't need a Drake feature to get hot, like that doesn't even make sense.
Yes, it does make sense because when Lil Wayne was at the top of his game, what was he doing the most? When T-Pain was at the top of his game, what were they doing most? Features. They weren't putting out music. They were putting out features. That is what you call. That's how you stay relevant. Is by making features. That's how you expand your brand. That's how you cross culture.
But that's such a gray area. Like, how do you know Drake is phoning and getting blown up? Hey, I want you on this.
Because you will put out the song. What I'm saying is people are not going. I'm not saying he's not getting features or doing features. What I'm saying is people are not going to Drake and putting out getting features from him and putting them out. Because during the time,
but how do you know, Albert, that they are not going to him for features? How do you?
That's not what I literally just said. I literally just said that's not what I said. I said I'm not saying Drake is not doing features. Go back to the vault. I never said Drake is not doing features. I'm saying people are getting features from Drake, but they're not putting them out just like they were 3 or 4 years ago. Where as soon as you get a feature, you put it out, like you're doing with Cardi B, like you weren't doing with DaBaby, like you're doing with Megan Thee Stallion. Those people, if you get a feature from them guys right now, you're going to put it out right now because they are the hottest right now.
And guess what? Trippie Redd was supposed to be on God's Plan. Now, this is Drake's song, but he couldn't even give him the verse in time because guess what? He was too afraid to be on a song with Drake. There's also a thing called, but he's one of the relevant, hottest, most streamed artists right now. You keep talking about your personal preference.
Okay,
we don't.
But 6ix9ine was
garbage. All his songs sound the same, but we're talking
6ix9ine
about
was
who's relevant in the rap game.
But relevancy doesn't matter because 6ix9ine was the most streamed person coming out of prison.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Or is it just mine?
We got those AirPods from Big T.
I mean, you've been on here for a while, so his AirPods probably died. That's why you need some headphones. Don't gotta worry about that stuff.
Y'all smoking.
Nah, bro, you are smoking.
How am I smoking? How does that not make sense? When you're the hottest out, you're pushing out as many tracks as you can. Why? Because they are the hottest. You want those tracks to stay on the Billboard 100 because you care about streams. You care about those things. So you're going to put out the most tracks that you can with a person during their hot time. You can save what's the name? Save songs with that person, but more than likely, if you know it's a hit, you're not going to save those features.
I guarantee you, everyone that has a Drake feature in the vault, when Drake drops his album, everyone's going to start putting out those features.
You're proving my point. They're putting it out. Why? Because he's hot. Is relevancy to his name. They're not going to put it out right now. So if they have it in the vault right now, why won't they drop it? Because he's not the hottest out right now. They're going to put it out when he's
the hottest. He's the #1 artist.
No, he's not.
This man has. So this is the same as, oh, should they trade Stephen Curry? Oh, the Warriors ain't gonna make it to the playoffs.
Hold up.
Moving off track, buddy.
You went off the rails.
No, it's the same, bro.
No, it's not.
This man just dropped 62 points because he heard all the chatter how Damian Lillard's the best point guard and yada 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 whatever. You're basically saying because Drake isn't he put like one single out, and then like his features, no one's putting out the features that he has or that they had with him. Like it's not making any sense. Like this man is focused on this album. This man is focused on this album, and when he drops his album at the end of this month, now they're going to be putting out his features and stuff because
he's hot.
Now he's relevant.
I never said he wasn't relevant. I said because he's hot. There's just you can't forget.
But how
thinking about because he's active versus because Jay-Z is still technically active, but Jay-Z's not hot right now. You would keep a Jay-Z song in the vault, and later down the year, just like Tupac songs, just like the Biggie songs, all these songs that you have were great artists, you're not going to put them out. You're not putting out no damn Lil Wayne song out right now. Because why? Because he's not hot right now. You're going to put it out when they're the hottest, when they're streaming the most. You're not just going to put it out randomly because nobody's checking for him. The game evolves, the music evolves, what you want to hear evolves. If you have a hit from,
always evolves. That's why he's been around for so long.
I never say he didn't evolve, but he's not the hottest right now. He's active, but he's not the hottest right now. We're not checking for Drake until he puts out something.
Keep talking. My AirPods keep going. Switch to my headphones.
I don't see how this doesn't make sense.
Does it make sense to anybody else? Because it doesn't to me.
How?
Because you're basically saying until Drake, so once Drake puts out his album, he's hot now.
Yes, that's what that means. When you're confusing the fact that Drake is active versus him being what his past, because the music business is what you've done for me now. It's not what you've done for me, period. It's what you've done for me recently. That's how artists fall off. So you're telling me Drake, once he put out this next
Drake's
album,
not there yet.
Yes, he is. He is there. He's at that point with Jay-Z where he does not
career.
What?
Okay, maybe it's not where you're staying up late waiting for views to come out. It's not like that where the world stops, but it may just. It's not the same as when Nothing Was the Same came out, when the world stood still for a little while just to see the release.
That's
okay, yeah.
Drake is at that point where he does not have to put out music because he's already reached that legendary status where anything he puts out is not going to be judged the same because he's not during his hottest era. He's not putting out Nothing Was the Same. He's not putting out Views. He's not putting out all this back to back because he's not the hottest. It's not going to be judged the same.
I agree too, but he still is the hottest. Because guess what? Even though it's not his best work, it's still better than everyone else's.
Of course.
It's Drake versus Drake.
There's
no one that surpassed him.
Nobody's saying his content isn't good. What I'm saying is, once Drake's put out his content, there's going to be a expiration date on that.
That's what music in general.
Yes,
but
how do you stay relevant? You keep putting out music.
But he doesn't have to do that.
Okay, J. Cole and Jake. Okay, so J. Cole and Kendrick are definitely.
When you're hot, you don't
guess what? Because you're hot.
And J. Cole and Kendrick are definitely not up there with Drake then because they put out music every leap year.
And what that mean?
You're saying Drake's not hot because he doesn't put out music as much anymore because he doesn't depend on music. J. Cole and Kendrick don't put out anything.
What I'm saying is Drake is not the hottest right now. Drake is not the hottest right now.
And they're definitely not the hottest right now.
I never said they were.
They're not even the coldest because they're not even anywhere.
I never said they were, but Drake is not the hottest right now.
J. Cole's been teasing this fall off or whatever. He fell off. He fell off the earth.
No, calm down.
So you're telling me you like the Dreamville collab was great, but
yes,
you're telling me
the Climb Back was good.
That wasn't an album. That's a single. So
that's a part of his album rollout. Just like Middle Child. Middle Child wasn't
He's been rolling for a long time.
Middle Child wasn't on anything until Dreamville came out late last year. Middle Child came out January of 2019, and he performed in the All-Star Game February 2019. And the album didn't come out to the end of 2019. And Middle Child was still the #1 song.
Okay.
You know, right?
Yeah, it was.
Exactly. But you're saying if he's not the hottest, those guys don't have to be the hottest in order for. That's what I'm saying. Drake is hot, right? Drake is a legend. He's legendary status, but he's not the hottest out right now.
He's not because he hasn't put out anything yet.
That's what I'm saying this entire time.
I know what you're saying.
That doesn't mean his era's over, though.
But
yes, it does,
but
though.
That's where this all came from.
No, that's it. That means your era's over because when you're the hottest in your career, you consistently put out music. You cannot sit here and name a time where an artist was the hottest in their career and they didn't put out music consistently. There's like not one artist.
That's like saying Kevin Durant's not the best scorer in the league because he's out with an Achilles tear for the season.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Name a artist.
That's exactly what you're saying.
Name a artist Name an artist that's been during their peak of their career that they didn't put out consistent music?
See, Albert, what you're looking at is
No, answer my
yes,
question.
when the artist
Okay, before nothing was a saying came out, Drake even said it. I haven't put out anything in a while. Y'all thought I've been gone. I don't know the verbatim, but he wasn't dropping anything. He doesn't
So
drop.
nobody gonna answer my question.
I just told you Drake doesn't
But
drop.
he was doing features though.
He just
Albert, you're
started.
looking at-
He
but
just
you're looking
started
at
with the
momentum,
streaming.
though.
Huh?
You're looking at the momentum. Like you're looking at like when an artist is a no name, then they get a little buzz. When you have that buzz, yes, you keep putting out music. You keep trying to be relevant.
And that makes you what? The hottest, because your music is constantly streaming. You're constantly being heard. You're constantly on other people's tracks.
Yeah, but
that makes you the hottest.
He's obviously streaming the most streamed. He's the most streamed of last year.
No, Lil Baby was.
No, they said
on
that
Apple
Drake.
Music.
Okay, that's one streaming service. If you put them all together, you can't neglect all of them.
Okay, well, that if we want to go off streams, 6ix9ine had a lot of YouTube views.
Okay,
he didn't put out the hottest music,
but he was the hottest artist at that time.
Numbers lie.
This conversation is going anywhere.
And nobody answered my question yet. Name an artist that's considered legendary that's put out that dropped the album and didn't drop consistent music. That's what runs on.
Your artist, J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar.
What? So he didn't put out good. What was it?
Good Kid, Mad City came out in like 2013.
I'm not even just talking about Good Kid, Mad City.
To Pimp a Butterfly came out like 2015, and after that, Damn was like 2017, and we haven't heard of him since.
Because he was touring on he was touring.
He did the Black Panther album, and that was about it. Damn, how long does it take to tour?
It takes a while. He put out Section 80 in 2011. Then he put out Good Kid, Mad City.
Man,
then he put out To Pimp a Butterfly.
That was on his iPhone.
Okay,
he needed some storage space.
So I'm still waiting on some artists.
He want to buy the additional storage from the cloud.
I'm still waiting on some artists.
I just told you, I gave you two. The ones that we've been arguing back and forth about with Drake.
They were. What do you mean? They did put out consistent music.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
J. Cole recently, yes.
What?
Everyone
What are you
was
talking about?
For a long time, everyone was asking where did J. Cole go after Forest Hills.
No, Good Kid, Mad City was in 2012.
Okay, what was next? To Pimp a Butterfly, 2014, 15.
Yes, he was touring.
That's a mean gap. And
damn, it's almost been 4 years.
So Kendrick Lamar wasn't making any music during that time. He wasn't hot.
No, he didn't even do features.
That's just blasphemous.
Albert, everything you're saying is it's like contradicting like what you're
How's
saying.
it contradicting? You still haven't answered my question.
Okay, what did he put out after Damn? That made it to where
he put out after Damn?
After Damn, what has kept him on the radio or anywhere that's being cycled?
But that wasn't his hottest time. Was Damn? Damn wasn't his hottest album.
It's his most successful album.
Yeah, but it wasn't his hottest album. Yes.
What's the hottest album?
Good To Pimp a Butterfly. To Pimp a Butterfly is better than Damn.
Yes, you're talking about better. I'm saying successful.
Name one year in music where the music sales went down for every artist. Music gets better over time. Views get more higher every year, so that doesn't matter. Numbers lie.
In that year, he sold more record. He had more album sales than any other artist, hip hop artist at that time.
For what?
And it wasn't because of next year and the year after that. For Damn, To Pimp a Butterfly was ahead of its time. People didn't appreciate that until later because it was so different from Good Kid, Mad City.
So
it wasn't the most successful.
Exact numbers don't lie. I mean, numbers lie.
But we're talking about most successful, we're not talking about the best one. That's what I was saying.
never said most successful. I said when did he
Oh
put
my
out
God. This
I said
man.
when has he put out music consistently and he just stopped making music?
Albert,
Since
define consistently.
2017 or after the Black Panther album.
Define consistent. What do you
And
consider
that wasn't even
consistent?
just him. That was the whole label.
You consider a run.
Huh?
When you're putting out music consistently, that means that's your run. That means you're the hottest person in the world.
From album to album, what do you consider consistent? A year, 2 years, 3 years in between, 5 years, 20 years? What do you consider? What do you consider consistent?
I literally just said it. A run. It doesn't matter because
Jay Electronica has put out more music than Kendrick Lamar.
Boy, stop.
Seriously, the man put out 2 projects.
Yeah, that's also the only projects he put out.
Yeah, and that's 2 more than Kendrick Lamar has put out
that
last year and 4 years before.
Because Kendrick Lamar has reached the status of where he doesn't have to put out music. You can
just like Drake doesn't.
I never said he did it.
But they're still hot. Which goes back to the whole...
I never said they weren't hot. I said they're not the hottest. They're not the hottest. That's a fact.
They're not. That's why Lil B is featured on everyone's song right now. But you're saying, God damn it, Lil Baby. But you're saying Drake's not hot anymore.
No, that's not what I said.
You said Drake is still active, but he's not hot anymore. That's what you said.
No, I said the Drake era is over.
Said, Albert.
He's not as hot in the music world today as he was back then. There's other people.
Yes, thank you.
Putting out more music.
And it's always been that way. Future's always put out more music than Drake. Young Thug has always put out more music than Drake, and Drake has always been the ringleader of that of the new school.
But Drake was doing features at that time.
And he still is.
This is the most time Drake has taken off without doing features and putting out music.
Bro, he's been in the game for a decade, bro. That man's chilling, making his album.
Exactly. His era's over.
It's not over.
His hiatus was longer before the streaming era. He's been putting out music consistently since the streaming era.
As soon as Drake drops his album, or if he drops a single, this man is back on the map and considered hot.
He didn't leave the map.
Music consistently. There's people dropping music consistently more now than Drake. So people are talking about,
and that's a whole different argument. We can go into quality versus quantity.
Right, but
they're talking about Drake. They're talking about those people more than Drake now because Drake's star is already up there so high.
Exactly.
Robert's point that Drake had his run. He did all those features, all that back then. So he's not putting out as much music.
Yes, because he doesn't have to. He doesn't have. Yeah. He already did this. He already had his time. So his era is over.
No, but
can you say that?
It's not his. You're using the word era
as in a time period.
No, but Drake is still.
That's what era is.
Guy. Drake is still.
Nobody said Drake isn't that guy. When have I said that?
That's what you're saying.
No, when you're saying his era is over, that is what you're saying, Albert. When you say his era is finished,
you're taking what I'm saying and making it what you want to hear. I said yes. When did we can go through the vault because Dylan got to edit. When did I say Drake wasn't that guy? Not once. I said that. I said his era. Right. Era is a time period. That means once your era is over, then you're not taking away from your content. You're not dropping off the charts.
Buzz. What you're talking about is buzz.
That means you're the hottest. Buzz
is
the hottest.
Fetty Wap, he had a run. He was hot.
What?
He stopped making music. He fell off the face of the earth. Nobody was checking for that man.
He also wasn't on a lot of features either.
This man was on a lot of features.
No, he wasn't. You can look up Fetty Wap music right now, and he is not on a lot of features.
The point is,
but you can't compare Fetty Wap and Drake.
You're talking about these newer artists. Exactly. You can't compare Lil Baby to Drake. No, you can't.
Nobody's comparing now.
But Albert.
Okay, if Drake's era is over, who era is it?
You don't know. What? How is that hard to say?
So we're just in some time vacuum.
No, because you can that period of ambivalence, like now, it could be shared by people. Just like when Jay-Z's time was over, who took it over? Ja Rule was on top.
Wayne
and then
Kanye.
50 Cent took his stuff. And then Kanye took 50's. And then Lil Wayne took Kanye's. It's a time era. It has to end. But during that time, you cannot sit there and say, "Oh well, Lil Wayne time was over. Kanye time is over." You didn't know until it was over.
Yeah, we did. We knew when Wayne's time was over.
Yeah, we knew when Wayne's time.
We been knowing when Kanye West time was over.
No. Because Watch the Throne came out 2011, 2012.
So his time's not over.
For what, music?
Yes.
This man's still putting out. This man switched to. I'm not saying his.
Oh my god!
Don't even let me say what I said. I never say his time wasn't over. What I'm saying is he's still putting out music. Just because you're putting out music, like
his era is not over.
No, hell yeah, his era's been over. I just said Lil Wayne took it from Kanye. I said that. I literally said that.
Okay, so you knew when Kanye West's era was over. His reign.
After the fact. You didn't know at the time.
Yeah, you do.
That's the reason. No, you didn't. That's why Kanye and 50 Cent went off. You didn't know 50 Cent era was going to be over until Kanye took it. He literally took the from him. How does that not make sense?
Your era is not over until your numbers decline and people aren't checking for you.
And someone takes the torch.
That just because your numbers don't decline that really doesn't matter, because Jay-Z can put out an album right now and be hotter than any other person out here.
You can't. First of all, if no one has taken the torch yet from Drake, how's his era over?
What do you mean nobody's taking the torch from him? He's not the hottest right now.
You just said
his era.
There's no new era. Like no one's taking it, or a group of people.
It is a group of people. It's shared by people. It's possible.
You didn't even. When I gave you 3 of the hottest artists right now, that have put out the most music in the last year: Roddy Ricch, Lil Baby. I didn't say Lil B, and Da Baby. You said I don't even think that they're the new wave. So who is it? Is it Lil B?
I didn't think that. I said the baby's not the new wave. I said the baby's not considered a part of. I said that. You check it. I said the baby's not part of the new wave. Roddy Ricch, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and Lil Baby are the future. Yes, they are the future. They're the hottest right now. They can collectively share that just because it's never been done in hip hop.
Baby should be in that argument.
No, hell no.
Thank you. Oh, yes, they should. They're basically male, female versions of each other.
You can say that, but Meg Thee Stallion is a bigger artist than the baby.
Yes, she's also a bigger artist than Lil Baby.
And she's hotter.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yes, commercial wise, yes, she is a bigger artist.
Yes,
but she's not a better artist.
That's why that.
That's why I say numbers lie. You can't say numbers.
No one's saying that they're not. We're not talking about what you think the numbers should be. I've been saying this whole time, take the personal preference, your own opinion out of it. What do the numbers say? It doesn't matter if they lie or not. They're the numbers.
What?
Look, Megan Thee Stallion.
You can think the numbers lie because you don't listen to them. But the numbers are there.
In the sense that these other artists are putting out more music than Drake, so they're talked about.
They just have the buzz right now. They have to take it back. If Megan Thee Stallion stops putting out music right now, she's falling off the face of the earth.
That's with any artist that hasn't had a collection. How does that not make sense, Jeff? Yeah, so Drake cannot put out music and he's not considered falling off because he has the content. Right. You cannot stop putting out music.
Over. Yeah. That doesn't mean his era is over. But this man does not have to drop anything because he has that body of work. Yes.
So how did you know Michael Jordan era was over?
Because
when he went to the Wizards.
Yeah, but when people went back, you go back, people were buying Michael Jordan jerseys. People were doing all this stuff when Michael Jordan was coming back in for the Wizards. They thought Michael Jordan was going to be the same guy that he was. Exactly. You don't know that at that time. That's what I'm literally saying. It's the same exact thing.
Until he's on the court, then you know. That's why we're saying when someone puts an album. You haven't even let Drake put an album out yet. When you already officially said his era is over.
Michael Jordan's star was so high that when he went to the Wizards, people still followed him, right?
Exactly.
But there was people that was playing then whose star
was better.
And they were
and people knew it.
when Michael was coming, Michael was still Michael, but it wasn't the same Michael.
So you acting like MJ won
Exactly.
MVP or
That's just-
something. He
No,
went to the
that's-
All-Star game just because he was MJ, just like they did with Dirk and D Wade. But no one
You're-
thought that he was better than Kobe or Tracy McGrady.
But we all knew his era was over, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But you're
Exactly.
acting like
That's the
you're acting
same
like-
thing.
But you're acting like people buy Drake's album just because he's fell off,
People do.
but he has the name.
People do buy his album just because of the name.
Because
when
he's the hottest rapper.
No, it's not the hottest rapper. It's because of your content. What you pushed out has been consistent.
Yeah, anyone can say that. Like Beyonce, her last 6 projects have not been that great, but her name is on there. You can say that about any of these legendary
Yes,
acts.
but do you consider Beyonce hot right now?
Yes.
No, you do not consider Beyonce hot. Stop lying. You don't consider Beyonce hot. She's not hot.
When she gets on a remix, what happens to that song?
Exactly, but she has to do something in order for her to be the hottest. She's legendary. She's legendary. She's number one.
So
Bro, am I the only one that's tripping right now?
So you're telling me
Albert's using the word hot. When you say hot, I'm hearing buzz.
So you're saying she should be so hot that Destiny Child song should still be on the radio on K104.
No, that's not what I was saying. Because you can't compare the two.
But you're saying she has to do something. Of course, you have to do something to be hot.
No, to be the hottest. To be the hottest, you have to put out consistent music. You can't just be the hottest and just put out one album and that's it. That's facts. Because again, no artist has done that.
Okay, how many albums do Roddy Ricch have?
One.
Is he the hottest?
But he's still going out there and getting on features.
Because he has to.
Are you just proving my point every time? I just said this.
No.
I just said Drake does not have to because he has the content.
But his era's not over.
Yes, it is. You keep saying I just sat here and named. Okay, I just sat here and named 4 people, and not one of y'all said when their era was over. You cannot tell during the time when their era was over. It's always in hindsight. You never know that your time is over until Father Time knock you on.
I knew exactly when Drake. I knew exactly when Drake became the hottest over.
Dylan, wait.
The hottest over.
Albert, what you just said. You said you don't know your era's over until it's too late. Until it's hindsight. Right.
Exactly.
You just said that. Did you or did you not? Did you not, Albert?
The artist doesn't know.
Oh, now it's the artist, not the consumer.
I'm clarifying it.
Okay. Well, let me clarify.
No, because you can say the same thing about athletes. You know when their time is over. You know if a batter is swinging too late. You know if a shooter's pull up isn't the same. Ray Allen on the Celtics ain't the same Ray Allen on the Heat. We seen that.
Because of
he's still popping.
But there's still people that.
Ray Allen was not popping with the Heat. He was just the guy that got the buckets when you needed it most because he was the most clutch player on the team. But no one thought that. No one viewed him exactly. His role changed. He wasn't one of the guys. He wasn't the third option on the team. He wasn't the first option when he was on the Supersonics and the Bucks.
They weren't leaving him open.
Yeah.
Because it's his name.
Because he can. This man is still producing. If this man was
he was not still producing. He just said that. Dylan just said that. He wasn't the first, second, or third option. So he's not still producing.
Yes,
he's being a role player.
But there's only one ball. Of course he's not going to shoot as much.
His role was to shoot the ball.
But Dylan just said he's not the first, second, third option. So if
he
you're not the first, second, or third.
You had LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh on your team. Of course you're not the first, second, or third option.
Exactly. So you're not the hottest on the floor, are you?
No, he wasn't even the third option when he was with the Boston Celtics at that last year because Avery Bradley took his spot.
Because of what he's done and the way he used to shoot.
No, it's not just because how he used to shoot. He was a better shooter when he was with the Miami Heat.
But the Miami Heat didn't have to pick him up. People were still checking for him at 34 years old. Why?
Because he's a shooter.
But why? Because based off of what you've done.
See, me and Dylan are on the same page.
It's a mixture of both, bro.
Because in order to scout a player when you're in free agency, it's based on what you've done. You're looking at their stats and hoping that they're going to give you something in the future. You can go
they go hand in hand, man. Just
You
like with
can
Michael
go-
Jordan.
you can go out here and have a practice and a shoot around for him, but that doesn't always generate what you're going to do for the team.
And if
It's
he's not
based on your
he's gonna get
stats.
dropped.
Then when did Ray Allen get dropped?
No, he's speaking hypothetically, just like you are about somebody when they get picked up.
I was talking about Ray Allen. Nobody had to pick him up. He was technically at the end of his career. Nobody had to pick him up. They picked him up off
they wanted to.
Why? Because of what he's done.
And what he did. This
Yeah,
man
exactly.
And what they knew he was
He
capable of.
did.
Thank
Did and done is the same word, right?
Look,
It's a mixture of both, bro. Drake can
It
put
is.
out music now. He can be popping, and he doesn't have to because what he's already done. It's the same thing.
I never said when Drake put out his album, he's not going to be the hottest. I never said that. I never said he's going to get hit. Why is it so hard to sit here and say his time is over?
Because if he puts out an album and it's the hottest album, the most talked about album, the highest selling album of that year, so he gets a whole new era.
No, because what makes you the hottest?
This man act like this is the Bible. It was the Old Testament. Now when he dropped this one, it's the New Testament.
It's the consistency. Like you just said, it's Roddy Ricch. It has to be consistency.
Roddy Ricch
To
is
make
the
you the
hottest
hottest,
artist. It's one of
you
the
have
hottest
to have
artists right now.
consistency.
bro, consistency doesn't have anything to do with anything, bro.
You agree with that, Dylan?
No.
Exactly. You have to put out consistent music. You don't put out music and
No,
say, hey,
you have
I'ma
to
just
put
go
out
away.
consistent bangers.
Of course, but it's still music. But you
No,
don't
you can
put out.
consistent music, but if it's consistent trash, then you're a trash artist.
There's a lot of people that
And
put
at-
out
and
consistent
at
music
that
that's
point,
trash.
Jake's
But there
era
you
would
go
be
again.
over.
There you go again. So we know everything that comes out today is trash to you. So we don't want to go down that road again. We're talking about what the majority of the people think.
Okay, so if Drake puts out a bad album, would you say his era was over?
Maybe, but I may need to listen to
Maybe.
one more.
What exactly? Because you're basing it off of what he's done. So you're judging him based off of his past because he has that status. Now, if Roddy Ricch puts out an album that's trash, a lot of people's not going to give him another chance. Why? Because he's only have one album to go off of. Drake doesn't have that thing. Roddy Ricch would fall off with a trash album. Drake would not fall off with a trash album.
No, if Drake
That
has a
doesn't
bad
make him-
album. If Drake has a bad album, it's like when LeBron his first year with the Lakers. He didn't go to the playoffs, but
And he's still
did
the
you
best
think-
player in the world.
Did you? And you thought he was the best player of the world, but he didn't take his team to the playoffs. So how is he still the best player in the world?
Over?
What? I never thought his era was over.
Okay.
This is
That's the
exactly what
difference.
we're saying.
No, it's not.
It's the same thing.
LeBron
So
and
if Drake
Drake
puts
are
out
two different
if Drake
things.
puts out an album that's subpar, you can't say that his era is over. It was just an album that didn't hit.
So you need two bad albums for him to say his era is over.
Yes, because but this goes back to what he's done because he's been so consistent. His project has been art masterpieces.
So
one bad album does not mean that his era is over. Just like LeBron not going to the playoffs mean that his time was up because guess what? The following year he won the championship.
Here's why you're wrong.
Okay.
We've been wrong this whole time.
So 50 Cent, right? 50 Cent had the
Why you
two.
keep talking about 50 Cent, man?
No, because I'm making points. 50 Cent had the two highest selling albums during his time.
One.
He made it's two. You literally can look it up. When did you know his era was over? When he put out that bad album, Curtis. People didn't wait for another album from 50 Cent. When 50 Cent put out Curtis, people were like, "Oh yeah, Kanye West time is now," because he put out his album. Just
Because
like
there was
Lil
a
Wayne.
Kanye West. Is there a Kanye West right now for Drake?
But you don't know
Albert,
if there's
exactly-
a Kanye West.
Exactly what
A
you
lot of
just
people
said.
didn't know Kanye West was Kanye West until he put out Graduation. Because Kanye West was making bangers way before Graduation.
Exactly what you just said, Albert. 50 Cent had the buzz. He dropped two good albums.
Thank you
His
for
third
saying
album
good.
was trash. His third album was trash, and because he didn't solidify that buzz and solidify himself in the game,
He has solidified himself in the game.
he only had one good album. But
That's basically what you were saying.
No, he did not.
You said people didn't know Kanye West was Kanye West.
Dr. Dre, Eminem, and Snoop Dogg didn't go out to 50 Cent because he was just good.
Bro,
So stop the blasphemy.
The man got shot 50 times. That's why his name is 50 Cent.
But that's a liability.
His name was Cent before he got shot. He got shot 50 times.
Bro,
that's a liability to companies.
50 Cent getting shot 9 times and surviving was a selling point.
It wasn't a selling point because you can look at his documentary. You look at anybody during that time, they would tell you artists were not trying to sign him because that is a liability against your company. You're beefing with real life gangsters out here. You're getting shot. Why would you pick up somebody that's like that? People are not picking up Tekashi 6ix9ine because he's a liability.
What are you talking about?
Man just signed a fat record deal.
Are
you serious?
Look at his album sales. How much did he sell? He didn't sell anything,
and I'm sure they got more. I'm sure they got more and more of their return on investment.
But who's still touring during this time? People are still touring.
Nobody's touring.
They're not touring like as a conventional, but people are still going to the clubs. People are still performing at clubs. They're making money. Tekashi's not going out to the clubs because he's a liability. You have to pay too much money for security and everything around him just to move him. 50 Cent was a liability to Dr. Dre, but they took that risk.
Just to get 2 albums.
What do you mean just to get 2 albums? He sold 10 million.
Yeah.
What do you mean? People weren't doing that at that time. You're not making sense. Nelly didn't make that much money, like 50.
Nelly sold Diamond.
Okay, that's it.
Your grammar or whatever. What you mean that's it?
Yeah, what are you talking about? That's it.
50 Cent made more. He had both of his albums with Diamond Plus.
50 Cent had the buzz. 50 Cent
we know 50 Cent has a better career. Yes, we're not even going to debate that.
But I was making an example of you did not know 50 Cent era was over until somebody took it from him. He didn't sit here and stop putting out music. He was still putting out music.
And that makes no sense. What you just said. Exactly what you just said.
Of course, you're not going to know some era. Go ahead.
Exactly what you just said, Albert. 2 hours ago, you said Drake's era is over. True. Drake's era is over, but you can't say it's over if no one has came and taken that reign.
No, that's no.
The radio on the radio. Are they playing Drake on the radio as much as they're playing like Megan Thee Stallion or Little Baby?
No, because they have the buzz right now.
You want to know my response to that, Kyrie?
No. I'm just playing. Yes, I do.
Who listens to the radio?
Exactly. I don't know because no one listens to the radio.
People don't. Radio. But I still know
all
that
people listen to the radio. No one listens to the radio.
People still listen to the radio.
Drake is not on there as much as those other people now.
This is the Tom Joyner Morning Show.
Listen to the radio.
Why y'all not listening to Kyrie?
But he's still the bigger artist overall, but he's not on the radio as much as those other artists today.
So your point, Jeff, was that he didn't know until he took it. So that just proves my point. He did not know until somebody took it from him. Somebody had to come up and slap him in his face and say, "Hey, nigga, you ain't on top no more."
That's how everyone knows the era is over.
You don't know until somebody takes it. So you're going to wait until somebody takes it for you to... Hey, I'm not the hottest right now. People are actually hotter than me. But I know if I drop my album, I'm going to have my consistent fan. But I'm still not the hottest.
So who slapped Drake in the face and took the air from him?
It's a collective right now. It's like a gray area right now because you can see people are rising right now. Is it not people rising?
And there were people rising when Drake's era first started, but his era didn't end. People rise and fall.
His era ended.
Drake has not fallen yet, so how has
he? But for your,
what we're saying is falling. on deaf ears. So literally.
Yeah.
At least Kyron get me.
Kyron, do you really get this, man?
Kyron wants to go to bed. He has to get up early, so he's trying to just get on your side.
I'm off tomorrow, so I got time.
Okay, Kyron, we interrupted you a little bit. Elaborate a little bit more before we finish this.
Like, think of it as in terms of like radio. So we all know that Drake is the bigger artist, right? But he's not on the radio as much now as these newer artists that are putting out more content. We didn't say it's better content.
Yep. My argument this whole time, my stance has been forget what's better, what's worse. It's what the numbers are. But as we just said, no, we don't listen to the radio. What dominates streams?
People do listen to the radio.
Okay, go
Kyron,
back.
you listen to the radio?
He just
Yes,
said no.
it's called
I'm
Sirius
just saying,
XM.
Just making a point.
Nobody listens to
That
Yes, you do.
No.
They're still selling Sirius XM with every vehicle that's out there. If
not by
Sirius-
choice. Nobody.
What do
no
you mean
one's
not by choice?
No one is saying, "Hey, give me that Sirius XM package on that new."
I got
car."
it free for a month and I didn't buy it.
It's
I
already
didn't
there.
either. But what happened with Block? Okay, think about this. What happened with Blockbuster? What happened with Blockbuster when Netflix came around, Jeff? Blockbuster closed down.
Just
There's
like
no
the
radio
radio.
stations. There's no radio stations that have been closed down because you have Sirius XM. The Breakfast Club is still a radio station.
And they're one of the only
forget
ones
about
that are still
this.
standing. They're the Blockbuster that's still in Oregon right now that we went to in episode 4.
K104, 97.9. These are
No one
still
listens to
prominent.
them.
Yeah, people do. People still.
That's why Ricky
older
Smiley is
people.
gone.
Hey,
Older
baby.
people. Older people.
No, not older
Only,
people.
only reason why people listen to A-Baby is because they call in to tell him they in traffic.
Yeah.
If you look at their numbers, if you look at their numbers, their target audience is like 18 to like 34.
The radio?
Yes, you can Google this.
Probably because there's still cars out there that don't have an aux.
You don't
Probably
need an
because-
aux for radio. Sirius XM is considered radio.
No, I'm
Probably
saying
because you
if
searched
had
that
an
a long
aux-
time ago. You need
if you had
a.
an aux, you're not gonna be listening to the radio. You're gonna listen to the music that's on your phone.
That's not guaranteed. That's not true.
How long ago did you look up that research? Because you need to reload that page. There's no way that the radio's
No way.
primary target is 18 to 34. That's just not. It
No
can't
way.
be.
Yes, it is.
There's
Because
no way.
think of iHeart. iHeart is a radio station. They have iHeart Music Awards because of what? Because of what they still do.
Then
on
they
the
go
radio.
bankrupt.
No.
Yes, they did. They
did,
filed for
streaming
bankruptcy.
service.
Breakfast Club
they're streaming
falls under
nowadays.
iHeart Radio.
They also
Okay,
have videos on YouTube.
because they
You said
have
what?
one. I mean, yeah, they're in the podcasting world now, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that they
now.
went now because they filed
Yeah,
for
but the
bankruptcy.
Breakfast Club's not a podcast. It's a radio show.
No, they consider themselves a podcast now too. They're
Yeah,
those-
but they're literally a radio. Power 105.
yeah, and they're one of the last radio shows that people still listen to, especially in the hip hop world.
No, it's not.
Name another one.
They're podcasters.
Angie Martinez, Ebro.
Okay, New York, yeah. Where else?
Oh, you said they were another one.
Outside of New York.
K104. People still listen to K104.
But like
People still listen to DD in the morning. People still listen to Steve Harvey show.
but you're naming shows, Albert. No one's
These
going
are
to the radio
radio
for,
people.
No
They
one's
play
going to
music
the radio
in
for
between.
music.
Yeah, you're naming all the morning shows.
Exactly.
But they play music in between.
ain't nobody
Are we
checking
forgetting
for
this?
the music. When people are on the radio, the people that
Kyle,
are
just go
listening to
ahead.
the radio,
Go ahead with you saying,
they're there for their
Dylan
morning
cut you
shows,
off.
like you just said.
Oh, I didn't cut him off. All three
Yeah,
of us
you
did.
did. Yeah,
It was
you
a collective
did.
thing. We slapped him in the face and we told him,
Kyle.
your argument is over.
Karen, do you believe Drake's era is over?
Dude, it's not over. But there are people.
Here we go.
No,
It doesn't.
I'm not
But
done.
it's an
There's
opinion
people-
based.
Let him talk.
It's not done, but there's people that are like hotter today, putting out more music than Drake is doing now. But Drake's star is so high, he already put out that music. He already done what he had to do. he can still put out music and overshadow everyone. But and like today, there are other artists that are putting out more music that people are talking about more than Drake.
Are there
Yes.
numbers? Are there numbers matching what he just done on Scorpion or anything?
No,
That doesn't
but
count, Dylan.
That's a
It's
bad
not, but-
that's a bad argument. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll take that one
that's a
back.
bad
no,
argument.
no,
But
you
yes,
but you're
yes,
saying though
but-
because he's he's hot, but people are still gonna listen. Like I don't know, bro.
But then it's not a bad argument because if they
is.
were the hottest and they were taking that torch away from him, wouldn't they have to surpass his numbers?
Would Scorpion be as hot without Take Care? No, because Take Care was his album. You have those albums that you.
First
that
of all, you can't take away his past work. You
No,
can't
that's
because
take away
no,
that's like
because
saying- That's
Dylan's
like saying
argument
50 Cent's
was
Curtis album would be Diamond because Bulletproof was.
no,
it doesn't
no,
work
that's
that
not,
way.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Dylan's argument was that are they putting up the same numbers as Scorpion's album? Well, how do you get the Scorpion album? You have to put out consistent projects that are actually good. So
Yes,
you can't
have to take
expect
advantage of the buzz.
you cannot expect a new artist to have a Scorpion numbers with the same with less like content. That's
Okay,
impossible.
Who's putting out music? Whose project is equivalent to Take Care?
Right now,
Yes.
I don't think you can compare Take Care to any album. I don't think you can compare that album with any album in history because Take Care is really
Number
like-
wise. Not talking about the music that's in the album, that's in the project.
well, I don't know what Take Care did number wise. I know it just fell off the charts for like the first time in like 10 years.
Okay,
but
when it came out, it didn't even hit 1 million first week yet.
yeah, but that again, the numbers don't really matter because you don't have to hit 1 million for you to be the hottest artist. But Take Care was the best album out that year, but his numbers didn't reflect that during that time. Just like you said with the Kendrick Lamar thing, people didn't appreciate it until later. But you're going off of his album sales. You're saying numbers matter. But if you could say that at the same time when Kendrick Lamar album dropped, people didn't appreciate it till later.
No one's putting out albums really anymore. So I'll say solo projects. So when Take Care came out, that was his I would say his third project because you can count So Far Gone. Who's put out 3 consistent solo projects that are number one?
What do you mean? Like who's like right
A
now
current
that's the
artist
hottest?
right now out of that collective group that you're saying has taken the.
I never said they were.
made a new era.
That's why I said they're collective because if you were a great artist, you don't share that reign with anybody. That's why there's a Lil Wayne reign. There's not a Lil Wayne and Kanye West or Lil Wayne and such and such. There's a Lil Wayne era. There is a Drake era. Nobody's had the time to put out that much consistency yet.
Yeah,
All the
because there's
people that I named
still no
are new.
artists.
That's what, I just said that.
Yes, we did not deny that. You
Dylan
said,
asked a question. He said, "Who has put out 3 consistent albums?" Nobody
projects.
has had 3 projects. Nobody has had the time or the effort to do that.
Lil Baby didn't have 3 projects.
No, because if you want to say that, my turn this year doesn't really count because we're also during a COVID year. So how do artists get most of their money? By touring. When you tour, you gain more album
You're
sales
going off-
because
you're going-
people
you're
are.
going off track.
No, that makes sense.
No, it
been going
doesn't.
Off track.
How does that not make sense?
I said album. I'm not talking about post album.
You said
success.
what?
I'm talking about album.
I didn't.
Just the-
I didn't
just the-
listen to Drake before. Take Care.
That's you. That's personal opinion. That's you.
But you know it went number
Okay,
one.
but he's asking me for my opinion because none of this can be measured by anything. There's no measurable stick for this because you can't measure
album sales?
you can't measure. No, because you can't measure album sales. Album sales of the past can't compare to album sales of the future because the U.S. dollar has changed. You can also,
oh my
no,
god!
Albert, you're
Okay.
all
going
that stuff has to be
way
accounted for.
No.
That's
Going
economics.
way-
You're going.
Yes, it does.
Way off, bro. What?
Yeah.
How's that going way
Your-
off?
your
When you're
argument
talking about
could've- your-
economics.
Your argument could have been pure copy sales or streamings. Right now, I
No,
would've been like,
because
okay.
streaming streaming versus streaming back then is different. Streaming is a lot more than it was back then.
That's why I'm saying that could have been your argument. But talking about inflation and U.S. dollar and the
But you
value
have
is
to-
and the gold standard,
but you
all
have
that
to-
stuff, that's so
but you-
irrelevant. That does
But you
not
have
matter.
to inflate stuff.
It's so irrelevant.
People buy albums no matter what. And I'm not
Okay,
talking
but
about-
if you
I'm
sell
not
your
talking about the
catalog,
dollar
you have to
amount.
inflate it.
Doug.
Is that not true? So if Michael
Going
Jackson,
back to the topic at hand.
if Michael Jackson if he was alive right now and he sold his catalog, he would have to inflate those numbers that he did in the past would have to be adjusted for inflation in order for him to sell his catalog. That's literally a part of selling your catalog.
Anyways, the question was.
It's the truth.
The question was, is Drake's era over? And you said yes, because there's these new artists that have a buzz that you are calling hot.
What do you mean? There's no quotation for it. They are hot. You can't deny that.
Yes, they're hot, but
They're the hottest.
But it's their era. That's where the quotations are. He put the quotations in the wrong place.
I said there's a gray era and that they're doing it collectively right now.
So there's 50 Shades of Grey. So that's how many.
Pretty
That's
much.
how many. That's how
Pretty
many
much.
artists. That's how many artists it takes to take out Drake.
But they're not taking.
It's
him out.
possible.
They're not taking him out.
Get off
They're-
my line.
But they're putting out more stuff than he is now, making them more.
yes,
I wanna
they're,
say
they're
more relevant.
irrelevant now. Yes, but Drake's era is not over.
But you're not proving
man-
me wrong by
The
saying
man didn't
anything.
even. The man put on his
You're not
son's
saying
do
anything,
rag,
Albert.
and he was all over the news.
What does that have to do with anything? Yeah, you're talking about what I'm talking about. That's personal preference. Oh, because it's do-rag. No, that doesn't
What?
matter.
How's that personal preference? How
Because
does my personal preference have to do anything with that? The fact that he.
You said because his son do-rag. I didn't look at that.
Yeah, you didn't, but Twitter did because it was like #1 trending.
Everything trends. A lot of stuff trends. That doesn't mean it's quality. His era is over. Because why?
Just because there's hot artists right now.
It's not
who's
just
taking-
because
who's taking advantage of the buzz. They just became relevant.
it doesn't matter if you just became relevant. During Drake's hottest time, no artist was putting out music and was going to the top. That's a fact.
Oh, it's not
So
true.
if Drake,
I just told you what was some of the great moments in hip hop for a little while there. You had Chief Keef come out. You had Migos, Young Thug, Rich Homie Quan. You had Lil Uzi Vert, Kodak Black.
Let's go.
All those guys.
but they
later
weren't
on.
Drake. You know they
21
weren't Drake
Savage.
numbers.
Yeah,
you know
just
they
like
weren't.
These guys aren't Drake right now. They're not Drake numbers. So how can the
But-
era be over?
Because this is why. During Lil Wayne's hottest time, during Jay-Z's hottest time, during Drake's hottest time, no artist was putting out music and was going to the top and staying on the top consistently. That's a fact.
So when Future was dropping stuff, it wasn't going to the top.
It was staying at the top versus Drake stuff.
And these are
Drake, it's a
and who
reason
is
why.
right now.
And exactly what you just said, Albert. Once Drake drops something, that song or album is going #1. It's gonna stay there for a hot minute. You know why? Because his era is not over.
We're
going to-
Jeff, that doesn't matter. Jay-Z can put out something right now and the album's going to stay #1. That's your logic.
I don't know. Who
He's
I'd
going to
rather
be the
listen to.
hottest. That's going to be the hottest right then. If he puts out an album right now, it's going to stay hot for a while.
I think I'd rather listen to Academics right now than you.
Boy, hell no.
Let's end this. Let's end this. Well, oh, I don't even know how to end this. I'm not even gonna be able to sleep tonight. Jeff,
This
go
whole
ahead.
this
Yeah, go ahead and finish. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say this whole video is gonna just be titled "Is Drake's era over?"
Pretty much.
Yeah, we've totally left J. Cole because that's how irrelevant he is.
Nah.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
You gonna tell me I didn't say Lil B more than J. Cole?
He did.
You did. If you're the hottest, you're dominating the charts. You're not letting people go 1, 2, and 3. You're not sitting at 5 while other people are sitting at 1, 2, and 3. That means you're not the hottest. That means your era's over.
No, because if Drake drops something,
So he
right
can't
now,
have a break in his era.
if Drake, wait, what?
You can't have a break in your era because Michael
Yeah,
Jordan had a
you
break
can,
in his era.
You can, yes, Albert, you can have a break in your era. You can have that.
So that means your
But
era
it's
is
not
over.
It's not over, Albert. No, it's not over.
What makes a
when
break?
So when you pause a movie, it's over.
Exactly.
It's over for you. Okay, so okay.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Take this example. When Michael Jordan stopped playing basketball, he went to baseball. Who said he was coming back to basketball? Nobody. That is a break. So until Michael Jordan came back to basketball, his era was over. That is a break.